Right, so now we move on to disrupting supply chain with Entegral and coordinating activity of downstream suppliers to create efficient, effective, customer-centric claim solutions has always been an aspiration of insurers, but all too often, I guess, policyholders, claimants end up project managing their own claims, whether that be repairers with engineers, solicitors, or hire companies in motor claims, or builders, loss adjusters, and surveyors, and a whole host of others on home claims. Now, I know Entegral are really grasping this nettle with a supply chain management solution that creates a platform to promote less friction and better coordination and overall a better set of outcomes across all claims. I'm really delighted to have Ollie Chambers with us, who's Director of Sales and Operations at Entegral. Hi, Ollie.
Hi.
You want to kick off by telling us a bit more about Entegral and how you came to be?
No problem. Thanks for having me, Stu. So Entegral is a product of the world's largest car rental company, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, facing their own challenges 4 or 5 years ago from the downstream effects of owning a lot of vehicles that are less than 6 months old. So the rental fleet in Enterprise is around 1.5 to 2 million vehicles, all straight off the forecourts from the dealers because of the way that they cycle their fleet. That brings challenges in itself because those vehicles were becoming more and more complex each year, each cycle, and Enterprise was running into a challenge where this technology was expanding to a rate that was slowing down our repair process, slowing down our claims process, was providing inefficiency in the way that we were handling those claims. So Entegral was born to solve a problem specific to the claims industry that is getting more and more complex each day. So Integral's job is to make our mothership, our ownership, a much more efficient claims machine and connecting our supply chain together so that we get right first time on each of the vehicles that are repaired in the Enterprise Rent-A-Car world. Then fast forward to October 2019, once we were on the journey of fixing this problem for Enterprise, we realized that this was not unique to Enterprise, and this problem that was facing Enterprise was also facing insurance companies, just at a little bit of a slower rate because of the nature of the age of the vehicle. So in 2019, we decided to create Entegral as an external SaaS business to serve the insurer, OEM, and claims landscape. To help them fix the same problems that we knew they were going to see in a couple of years' time because we'd already seen it happen in the Enterprise business.
Fantastic. I think we've got a video clip that's going to show the journey you've been on and more detail on the product, which we'll just run now.
Enterprise has always looked at ways to provide itself more efficiency internally and externally. We repair roughly 1 million cars a year, and so we were always looking for ways to bring efficiency to that repair process.
What we are doing today, no one else is doing in the marketplace. What we are building for the claims industries is very different than anything else that is out there.
We created a tool that goes beyond daily rental and touches every aspect of the claim, from first notice of loss all the way to repair and the close of repair.
Entegral offers a lot of the data insights from its network management application to make real-time decisions more intelligently about which services to offer at first notice of loss.
The network management customers are organizations that have networks of partners that they work with sometimes on a daily basis. And the network management platform enables those organizations to establish, maintain, and continuously improve the relationships that they have with those partners.
And the information that gets stored in network management can be operationalized through Smart Locator, which takes the guesswork out of which shops should be recommended at the time of first notice of loss, so that the customer's car can be handled in a safe and proper way.
Entegral allows the insurance company and the customer to pick the best shop for the quality repair for their type of vehicle.
We have a world-class software that's been tested internally, been vetted by large insurance partners, manufacturers, and body shop groups. We develop our work in an agile fashion that is very customer collaborative, and I think all of those create an incredibly valuable experience for our customers when they use Entegral.
So I guess the theme of all of these sessions is disrupting claims and technology, disrupting current solutions. And you guys are definitely disrupting supply chain management, but disrupting might be a bit of a misleading word here, as you're not introducing chaos, but kind of order and structure to claims that can often, as we previously said, involve multiple suppliers who have to work together and with customers, and legacy systems often make that more difficult. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, you're correct. And if I can expand on it a bit further, the claim is being disrupted naturally by the onset of technology. So, for example, if you look at a motor claim specifically, we've seen two advancements in technology that are having a dual impact on how that claim is processed. Firstly, the vehicle technology has gotten to a point now where the repair is getting more complex each year, which is only going to accelerate now that we have electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles that are growing so rapidly. So combine this with more technology being available at the fingertip of a customer, meaning that the journey down the digital route has been underway for a while now. And a lot of your other guests today will attest to the same kind of trend that we're seeing. So for an insurer or any large fleet operator, this is what is creating the supply chain disruption, as they are having to react to both factors at the same time. In many instances, they're wedded to older legacy systems, so the pace of change creates enormous amounts of pressure on their own internal resource. In fact, this is how, and the exact reason why Entegral was born, to solve this problem for the world's largest car rental company, who are facing the disruption of the supply chain ahead of the rest of the claims market, as I've already talked about earlier. So Entegral is here to disrupt supply chain management, but not the supply chains themselves.
Yeah.
With the complexity of repair changing every day, the need for agility and understanding and interacting with that supplier landscape has never been more important. However, we must also remember that it takes time for a vehicle landscape to change, and to move a car park across a whole country takes up many years. So we have to make sure that while insurers need to be ready for the change in technology, they also need to manage their current vehicle car park. To achieve this, you need to be supply chain agile. And that's where Entegral steps in and helps you become more agile by utilizing our network management and smart locator suite of products. And that gives me one platform where I can manage as many supply chains as I need to, with the ability to interact with them all digitally and get the right first-time outcomes based on all the criteria that I need to set for that claim.
Just to set some sort of context in my head, Ollie. So if insurers don't respond to this shifting technological landscape in car construction and car repair, and don't create this flexibility, how's that going to impact them? So
the first area it'll impact them is elongated claims durations, because knowing where to put that vehicle. Now, today, insurers are still very much postcode led, where customer lives, the repairer within that vicinity with the right accreditations is where the car will go. But what we're seeing is that's absolutely fine for 5-year-old vehicles, 3-year-old vehicles, but some of the vehicles that are rolling off the forecourts today and tomorrow need specialized repairs. And what caught the enterprise business out in particular was sending some of these vehicles into facilities that hadn't quite got the right equipment to fix those vehicles. And that is where you start to see the pinch point in, I've now got to re-find a place to put that vehicle. So I'm already 2 or 3 days in delay. Now, a lot of repairers are heavily investing in technology today to keep up with this demand, and that's fantastic. And that's why I'm saying that we have to create a platform where I can manage my historical relationships for my commercial benefits and all the other stuff that I've got in place today. But I have to keep one eye on the future, in that some of these vehicles may need to go to places that I've not dealt with before. And being able to deal with them very quickly and easily is kind of where Entegral fits in, because having to expand that supplier landscape at the pace in which we're seeing today is absolutely critical. So you can have your core network, which has been your network for 30 years, if that's how you want to operate, and that's absolutely fine. But you are going to see the need for expanded networks all the time to handle the onset of technology and handle the new way that customers want to be dealt with.
And in simple terms, a claim that takes a repair that takes 30 days rather than 20 days costs more to repair, costs more to manage the repair, and is a worse customer experience for the end user as well. So I guess you're hitting all of the buttons of the insurers there, aren't you?
And it's also about connecting that claim together in one place. So you're eradicating the manual touch point. So to your point, if you've got a 30-day repair, that might generate 45 touch points during that process. I might have to ring the repairer, I might have to ring the customer, or the customer's chasing me, they're project managing this claim. So not only do I want to disrupt my own method of managing the supply chain, but I also want to connect it together so that I'm getting one version of the truth throughout the process, which means that anytime I need an update or anytime I need a supply collaboration, it's much easier to do.
Yeah, and I guess that serves invoicing process as well, because actually if there's one version of the truth and one set of facts that are agreed all the way through the process of the claim, when it comes to paying up, actually, there's no dispute about what's, fascinating, really interesting. I think we've got another video we're going to show very quickly now, just to reinforce what the product does.
Our job at Entegral is to make our customers' lives easier. We want to help them better manage their programs and provide efficiencies overall.
Current software solutions sometimes fit them in a mold that may not be conducive to how they want to interact with a customer. Entegral offers our partners the way to do so on their terms.
The market is changing rapidly, and we're now in a position where our software can change just as quickly.
Agile software development is really about quick iterations, getting feedback, and using analytics to make a data-driven decision on where we should go next with the product.
One of the things that's very unique about the Entegral platform is how configurable it is. As you continue to advance with our platform, you can make configuration changes as needed to pivot with your program.
Everybody wants something different, and you can't fit everything into one box. So allowing Entegral to be configured to how you want to operate your workflow and your claims process is really a win for everybody.
The team at Entegral is 100% committed to continuing to propel our platform to meet our customers' needs. We have the resources, funding, and support behind us to continue to adapt and evolve our product to meet the changing needs of the market.
So we are, as you say, working in a constantly evolving technological landscape in repairs and in motor technology, but also in wider sort of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and digital solutions appearing right, left, and centre, which are undoubtedly going to change the face of claims handling forever. What part does Entegral play in helping insurers and suppliers leverage in these opportunities? What's at the heart of your solution in terms of a technological benefit?
So at Entegral, we believe fervently in connecting partners throughout the claims process. This allows for greater innovation across the whole market. New suppliers emerging every week. It's critical that insurers are able to connect easily and efficiently. And we often hear from insurers that the barrier to their innovation strategies is linked back to the resource around their legacy systems. So at Entegral, we strive to connect people, systems, and data to deliver meaningful solutions for the claims industry. And we believe that transparency and open access are the methods to achieve that. This approach makes sharing information between your supply chain much easier. For example, if you've got images that have been taken by a customer on their phone, allowing access to your AI partner or to your repair partner or your salvage partner, everyone should be able to see those images in the technology that we have today. So that's what Entegral does. Or if I want to link more closely the journey between repair and mobility, that also needs to be linked together and connected and share data with each other. So it's not just about upwards and downwards streams of data, it's about any-to-any connectivity. Yeah. And that means that anyone within my supply chain can share information with each other for the more seamless management of that claim. So you've seen firsthand throughout your ClaimsTech event, fantastic solutions are growing and available all the time to insurers. And Integral's role is to help the insurer become connectivity agile so that they can take advantage of all the new opportunities that are presenting themselves to them.
That's one of the fascinating dimensions of tonight, really, has been that actually we're seeing technology partners working together to create the whole is greater than the sum of the parts kind of solution. And in past days, things would compete for insurer dollar, but actually it's really interesting to see technology companies working effectively in a really collective way to provide a sort of a greater solution but no one trying to own everything. It's fascinating, really interesting dynamic in the industry. What about the customer though? How do we deliver the best outcome for the customer?
So we have to always remember that claim time is the moment of truth for an insurer and a customer relationship. So by having all of your supply chain connected together, it means that you can build the best possible customer journey based on the criteria that drives the desired outcome for both you and the customer. Okay, so a connected supply chain via Entegral gives that one version of the truth the customers want and allows them to receive updates on claims in a method and time of their own choosing. Customers don't want to project manage their own claim. They want to be able to report a claim in a method of their own choosing. They want to be able to receive updates as and when they want to receive updates. But most importantly, they want to feel like the claim journey is seamless from start to finish. So make sharing claim information between supply chain much more critical, but also that much more easier today. For example, we've already talked about sharing images with each other, and sharing information about that claim, all so that the customer can get access to their information about their own journey. So regardless of how a customer chooses that journey, whether that be on the phone, which is still 80–90% of the FNOLs today, or more recently online, or a combination of all of the above, customer has to have the ability to get claim updates available in real time in a way, in a manner that they see fit. And ultimately, for a successful customer journey and retaining that customer at renewal time, building out this connected supply chain and best possible digital journey is the way that I retain that customer in the future. So you've seen today how the pace and variety of technology coming into the market is getting greater all the time. And our role is to help bring them all into focus of the customer when they embark on a digital claim. One claim, for example, you may involve 5 or 6 suppliers all at once, such as recovery, repair, mobility, salvage, and giving the customer one place to view all of these services is what Entegral does. And this will always create the best outcome for both insurer and customer as their journey is built digitally around your supply chain. And all you've done is widen the visibility and remove the manual touch points.
It's fascinating to see and hear how this solution evolved out of you guys solving a practical problem in the enterprise fleet of cars. Obviously a huge fleet of cars and probably a large proportion of the accidents that take place in the UK, but really fascinating to see how you've taken a problem that's solved a problem for you and taking it out to the wider market. Really interesting, and look forward to hearing more about it in September when we do the ClaimsTech live event, and hopefully we'll get to see some live demos, Ollie. Thank you so much for your time. That's been a pleasure and really fascinating.
Thanks, Stuart.